Here we go. There we go.
Critical empowerment results.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, all my faction missions are up. Let's go. Meteor shower? Could try to do meteor shower, I guess. Let's see if we can find... It wouldn't be these ones, right? I don't think. Unless it only shows up once you've started the thing. It's also possible. Hey, Bomber. I'm looking to see if I can see where the lore is. I'm curious if the legend shows. Alright, well, fuck it. This will be whichever piece you have next up. Yeah, I know that. That I know. And I might not be able to get to it either, potentially. Purging and denial drones. I think we're good, actually. That's a roll out of that, I did. Why is that not triggering? What the fuck? Yo, Scratch, what's going on? Denial drones achievement, let's go. Oh god, the ghoul. Yeah, okay, we're definitely switching to this one. Woo. It. There's a health bar here. Dude, stop stopping places and casting shit, you fucking asshole. Hey, hey, gravity the mark. Yo. environmentalist. Let's go. Whoa, what the fuck was that? The game like glitched out and I lost sprint for a second? What the hell? Okay. Oh my god. Wounding, fork pitch, weakening, and the flames, anger, bullshit. Motherfucker. But maybe we can just use impair on those guys. The other thing was the stored energy, right? Dude, of course. Yeah, it's Dark Gartha. Oh, I don't have the passive for it. That's what's fucking me up. Ow. Oh my god. Woo. Yeah, it probably doesn't make much sense till later. For you. What we got here? Alright, so I think we just go back to this, maybe? Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, you get the first one is free, and there's some achievements you can do pretty easily. It gets a couple extra free ones. Whoa, that crit looks so big. Ooh. That was close to number to blade. Yeah, but what I'm saying is you do some for free, dude. They don't, like, their first one doesn't cost AP. The first one doesn't cost AP, and there's some really simple things you can do to get a couple of free entries that don't cost as well. Just anima drain, okay. So we just need... We can go back to the healing thing. We're good. Dude, I can't do that. I can't do that in the fucking thing. I'm beating GK. Oh my fucking god. I'm not gonna join the raid inside the solo instance. Why would you send that? I'm fighting something. Oh, I still need... Oh, shit. I still need my... I need to hold eruption, actually. I forgot about that. I don't know why I forgot about it, but I did. Okay, we're super good after this. Oh my god, that was all the circles. All the circles. Let's go, dude. Meteor shower achievements. Suborbital. Orbital? Orbital. Wow, I can't talk. $13 telephone fragments. Nice. Like, I got an achievement in there, right? And I got this. This is a free Dark Agartha. Like, it uses this instead of your APSP. You get a free one just for jumping off and missing the platform. Like, if you just jump here and intentionally miss, you will get a free achievement that gives you one free Dark Agartha try. This is doggos, right? Have some doggos. I'm trying to think. The fuck I'm gonna level? Oh, I guess this glyph, right? No. What the fuck? Then why do you form a regional? That's fucking stupid. This might be the dumbest regional I've ever seen. No one impaired that? I was putting down my drink or I would have. I mean, even if, okay, so let's say you have a limited time. Everyone else might want to keep going. You could just, you know, let everyone else stay. And you, like, just bring in another person, take your spot or something. Like, it's so dumb to be like, we can only do these 10 because that's all, I only have allocated time for. How do you even know how long it's going to take? That's massively dependent on the group. Oh, I didn't switch off the razor shards build. Fuck. It could be a blind expose, I'm not. This is gonna be fun. He's for sure gonna hound somebody. I'm almost positive. Oh my god, way sooner than I thought. It's actually better for the raid if you don't do that. He's gonna do that anyways at some point. This is why it's better if the person hounded just dies right away. Otherwise, you drag filth all over the place. Almost always will kill someone else. And especially that jump, like it's just gonna hit other people. Actually, unless it's like super close to being killed, you're actually better off. Ooh. Sacrifices accepted though. You're actually better off just having the hounded person stand still. Or maybe just back up a couple of feet if he's really close to dying. But otherwise, you don't want rundown to happen where he like goes across half the field and filths everything. This is bad. is bad. Take this. Oh, you know what? We could do. I think it was this one, right? And then we just do Rampage. Applies exposed and with the passive. If using Rampage causes become enraged. Okay, so I need to make sure I use it to get enraged, I guess. Okay, is it just me or did he look at me there? I didn't take it. You could just meet up. You meet up on me. Dude, you can't stop him from getting to his target. That's not gonna happen. Are you going for the same person? It's kind of fun. Yeah, the hounded does not work like the spawn aggro. What's up, Manawood? Build question. Blood main with pistol offhand. Torment reap does not discourage. Total shot. Clean slate. Yeah, I have to look at that a little bit more. Dude, why are you tanking him on top of the fucking loot chest? There's hounded. Why are you... Oh my god, dude, just fucking die. How? How do I have any aggro? Oh no, you... Oh, you fuck. You can't insta-res. Well, this is fun. He's not gonna come back. Oh my god, I ran across the filth by accident. Shit. It's invisible now. Yeah. This is why you don't run if you are hounded. Because it ran away because the target of the thing insta fucking rezzed. So it just tries to go to the spawn point. Like, all of this is known shit. Like, from years ago. But apparently, no one knows how the fucking dog works anymore. Or how to fucking tank it in one spot. Jesus Christ. I'm molding out of control over here. Supplemental. Okay. If this person just doesn't fucking move, they'll just die. And as long as they don't insta-res, should be fine. Now we don't have a trail of filth all over the place. Like, it sucks to just have to, like, eat it and die, but, like, it's literally the best thing for the group is if whoever's hounded just stands there. The person can res. You don't have to wait forever to res. You just don't insta-res. What is this shit? Okay. The hound. Oh god. Don't run all over the place. Come on. Jesus. Yeah, so there's you don't see these things on like super high DPS. We've done regional farms, right, where you never even see the hounded mechanic. It just doesn't fucking happen because the dog dies before it is ever alive long enough to do the mechanic. But I did these regionals back when there was no such thing as E17 and no one was E10 yet even. You know what I mean? When people were first doing them and these things took a long time to kill, you might get like multiple people fucking hounded. Your time to kill was a lot longer. You'd have like a 10-man raid, but a 10-man raid of like, you know, fucking, I don't know, E4 people or something. Wow, I'm crazy about this position right here. There's hounded. Bomber! God damn it. You moved! And you insta-rezzed! Holy shit! You moved backwards and then jumped. That's what this trailer is from. And then you insta-rezzed! You're still in the well? No. He doesn't follow. Oh, we followed the other person. He followed the other person. He followed the other person that died, I think. Fuck, this shit is all fucked up. Alright, well. I think you got them killed, though, because you jumped backwards. Which is, I mean, look, I get it, right? At least you didn't run halfway across the goddamn map. I'm not apologizing for shit. I can only go off what I see. Oh, we have another hounded person. Okay, he's dead. I'm only going off the raid chat that the other person said that it followed me. I think that's likely what happened. But there was a trail of filth back here because you got handed and then you went backwards and then jumped. But I will say it is often hard to tell that you're the hounded target. Sometimes you have to move just to see what's going on. So I mean, I get it. Like, it's, you know, shit happens. It's not a newbie's thing, it's that no one's used to doing it at low level. Also, I wonder if your jump... Maybe you died... Did you die in your jump? I wonder if that fucked with it at all. Look, also, I'll be the first to say, I've been hounded, not realized it, and ran around. I've also insta-clicked res because it's something that, like, you just normally do. You're like, ah, fuck, I died. I want to get back there. And then you're like, ah, shit, I fucked up. Hey, Joe. Like, even in, like, Cabal runs where, like, you know, all of us know what we're doing. Done it, like, 100 times. Like, everyone fucking does that shit. It happens. My concern with this group is that people don't know, just don't know. They've not seen it before. Or if they have seen it before, they don't know. Oh, it's me. See, look. Now, see, I'm gonna hug. I'm gonna hug this doggo so he goes fucking nowhere. Now, he should go back to the tank. See how I'm still hounded? Like, the trail is still on my body. The tendril thing was still on my body. So even though I was dead, if you res while that tendril's on your body, he follows you. Like 1000%. Like, if you're hounded, the first thing you should do is run up to the dog so the tank doesn't have to, like, move him and filth doesn't go, like, anywhere, right? Like, it prevents a lot of other people accidentally dying and stuff if you just sort of charge him. You run up to him and say, "You shall not pass." And then he eats your face. Oh, that's not the right one. That's the right one. You got into a dungeon with some madman? Raiding Kite and went to Blue Mountain. A task now. I think I know what you're saying, but I'm not positive. I'm gonna be honest. No experience, no damage, or nothing in the fight. It's the care. Well, that's okay though. Like, it's okay to not know things. It's just like, it's not like I didn't type this. I'm not just yelling at the stream. I typed this in chat. You know what I mean? I let people know. This person is running away. Look at this shit. They're running away because they didn't fucking listen to me. Stop running away! You're just making a trail of filth. And he's going to kill you. Because he does that. Fucking... This is what I'm talking about. People don't fucking listen. That's what pisses me off. I don't care if you don't know shit. I care that if you get told something and then just do the exact opposite. The thing is that rundown thing, that charge attack, because like Hounded, unless he dies during the Hounded cast, he's gonna do rundown and fucking one-shot you. That's just, it's a scripted thing. And we don't have the damage to kill him before that cast ends, so you're not gonna escape it. You're gonna die in this group, right? There's no getting around that. Hey, Arctic. Did they pick up the loot chest? Dude, the tank is rotating him way too far. Like a massively unnecessary amount. I don't even know if that hit. Oh, probably did. We already have Mary Jo. Dude, okay, thank God. They started walking. They straight up started walking. Is a tank? Thank God. Okay. We just got lucky they got, like, insta-kill. Might have actually died to the filth there. Oh, see, now I can't even get to him. There we go. Like, walk around the filth.
Critical empowerment results.
God damn. The best DPS for casual players? Did I catch up on sleep at all? I got like maybe 4.5 hours sleep. It was much worse. I didn't stream, but I ended up watching the first season, I guess only season of Rabbit Hole. I just started watching and then ended up binging it until like some god awful early in the morning. And then once I finished that, I was like, oh, the APAC Overwatch League shit's on. And then I stayed up watching that till like 9:30 in the morning. And then I went to sleep. And then I got up at like around 1 for a little bit, and then kind of went back to sleep a little bit more. I don't know, I got up a couple of times. So I think I had like somewhere like, maybe like 4.5 hours sleep all total. What's really funny is like the co-stream I was watching this morning. Oh my god, Aram again, all the way the fuck over there. The problem with doing this is like eventually he's just gonna do rundown anyways. And now we're gonna have a fucking long ass filth. Why does no one listen to me? Dude. Fucking Jesus Christ, dude. Fucking hell. Yeah, we gained an IP, let's go. Oh, I probably should have used that. I think you have to be careful with this guy as melee. I don't know who we hounded. Oh, we hounded the tank. That's actually not good. I don't think. I don't. That really depends on the tank. Hopefully we can do this. Alright, it worked. Nice. Oh, we got another blue? Look at. That actually kind of works out. They can use all of these and this. Nice.
Critical empowerment results.
Nice. Oh, yeah, sure. I was gonna say, I was gonna go look at a build I have. I made a blood build for Dark Agartha post to rebalance. I could go look at that real quick and see what I had on that. No, I was doing regionals. It would have been hard for me to do anything while doing that, so it's totally fine. So you're doing Dread Sigil, Reap, Eldritch Scourge, Tool Shot, Torment Guns. Hold on, let me see what you're doing. So you're saying, wait, what's your basic? Oh, it's Torment. Okay. So you have Torment. You have Dread Sigil. You have Eldritch Scourge, Zero Elite, and you have Reap. And then you're going Clean Slate and Dual Shot. Right? And you're doing Curse. Contaminate. What was the other one? Desolate. What do you... So what is the... What is your goal? Like, what are you using the build for, I guess, is a best question. Just like for running through the story, or... Are you trying to dungeon in it? Are you trying to, like, scenario in it? Like, what is your goal for the build? Solo content? I would say, well, shit, it's kind of hard to say. If it's just like, so running through the story, this might actually be good. This might be okay. Normally I would flip this and I would have the AoE damage on the secondary weapon and the single target damage on your primary weapon. However, going through the story, you're more often than not fighting packs and then only occasionally doing single target damage. So this is probably actually pretty good to have your AoE on your main hand and the dual shot on your off, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's... I kind of don't like that you don't have absolution. Like, you don't, like... actually, it probably doesn't fucking matter for a story, honestly. For just story stuff, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so if you were gonna do like a boss build, like you're gonna go fight a champion, or you're gonna take on like, I don't know, like Akhenaten, or you know, like an actual single boss in the story, I would probably swap out your Dread Sigil for the Maleficium and the Fillet passive. Right, just swap the AoE for the single target, right? Because Reap is basically your reset on your corruption. It reduces your corruption level by 50. Like, the whole point of running Reap is to not kill yourself with your blood abilities. Let me see what I had. This was for heals? No, okay, so what I'm talking about is, and again, you might not hit this in the story playthrough, but I suppose you could on like certain bosses where the fight goes long enough. You can kill yourself with blood, and no amount of heals is going to help you. You can just straight up one-shot yourself with blood. That's because of the corruption. The higher your corruption, the more damage you do, but the higher the stacks get, like the more like insta damage back you can get. So like when your corruption stacks get like into the 20 range, you want to be hitting Reap because it'll just rip away the corruption, and then your DPS is lower, but you're not going to kill yourself. But if your corruption stacks hit like, I don't know, like 28 or something, you can just fucking fall over dead like that. Like, it's literally like you gained one more stack, and then you just die. So that's the whole point of Reap. The whole point of Reap is that, I mean, A, it does damage, right? it is also a cleanse. Like it's got other things to it. But you play it around your corruption stacks going up, because you want your corruption high. High corruption means high damage, but that's the mechanic of blood, right? Is like you want to be like hurting yourself to get that max damage, but you can't let your stacks get too high, or you will, instead of just losing health, you will just lose all your health. So yeah, that's like the crux of what playing blood is. It's kind of like, think of it like how elemental has the whole hot cold, and if you overheat, like, you can't cast. In blood, if you overheat, you die essentially, right? Like that's the balancing of the system. But that's also why if you run like the absolution passive, it's a safeguard. When your corruption or martyrdom attempts to damage you, healing you for 2.5% of your maximum health up to X amount. Like, these are right. So like, if you run the absolution passive, for like, say, like Dark Agartha, or like, like high single target stuff, it helps prevent you from killing yourself, and it will heal you. So a build for Chaos DPS? The only one that I had was pre-rebound. Wait. Oh, maybe I do have one now. Hold on. Let me open my browser. I think... I don't have it there yet, but I do have one. I need to... Fuck, I need to... No, I have one, though, because I got it from Ox. So it was... Deconstruct for your basic, Pandemonium for your elite, Power Ability Distortion, utilities are Evulsion or Soothing Spring, and your passives are Resonance Cascade, Factory Existence, Blessing of Octet, Butterfly Effect, Paradoxal Restoration. Use a Warped Visage for your Chaos Focus. Standard DPS Talismans. And I have these doing Sword offhand just for Soothing Spring. But that was Ox's build. I'm sure there's other Chaos builds. I guess choose something else and pick up Absolution just to be safe. From the passives you have now... Yeah, probably. There's not something really close to that Chaos Sword. Yeah, Ox is like the Chaos person. Like, that was his thing. Try a lot of different builds for Chaos DPS, so I just need to level my glyphs. And then there's also the... Keep rehabilitation overall. I almost never ran that passive, I think, honestly. Because normally you don't use Clean Slate for healing, you just use it for the cleanse. Like, I'm being, like, genuine. Like, normally you run Clean Slate just for the cleanse, and the little side heal is just like a side bonus. You don't actually run it for healing. There is actually a like high meta Chaos DPS, but it requires like a certain offhand sword. It's the Soviet tech sword. It's like the offhand sword for it. But someone's gonna help me get that together for the site, hopefully soon. They don't have it. They don't have it up there. Really fun as offhand. Yeah, it's. I actually genuinely want to try messing with that on my main on Jimmy. I've been because I think Soviet tech sword. If I'm not, double check this. Yeah, it comes out of the winter cache. I've been opening winter caches like crazy whenever I can, and I have yet to get one. A little bit of graphics, not good, still kind of nice. Yeah, I think it's just the mechanic. I mean, I'm sure there's an ideal suffix to have, but I'm pretty sure it's just the mechanic of the sword itself that you want. That's like the main. Like, there's just certain builds it's like frozen figurine builds, right? Like, you don't want any LE focus. You need frozen figurine for that build to work. So, I believe it's like that. I should probably go do. What should I do actually? I'll do the 2 mains and then I'll just do sides, I guess. Do more damage with the sword over the pistols you were using. Nice. I'll just wait for that thing to pop up, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna go do some... Oh, I didn't... Hold on, I was gonna look at what I did. Oh, here, I'll just share this. This is my post-rebalance, good night, Inmel. My post-rebalance, Dark Agartha blood build run-through I did. And in the description it has, like, the actives and passives. But that was Blood Ellie, because I was using Living Flame for Dark Agartha. I don't know, just to give you another idea of like another build you could use or something, right? At some point. Let's just do VMC first, I think. Also, I'm gonna put those doggos back. In fact, I'll put a bunch of this stuff back, I guess. I mean, not a bunch. I guess I can put doggos back. I can put this because it's done, right? And then we can just under these. Okay. You know, I might grab 2 of these. Pretty cheap right now. This. London.
Buongiorno. Apologies for the cold
Buongiorno.
call. Don't worry, it has been cleared with your handler.
Dude, I did not realize the time. Holy fuck. I'm gonna have to speed this up a little bit, I think. I mean, rogue agent doesn't take very long. Into Darkness is just annoying because the number of fucking flitting around instances I have to do. Actually, never mind. So does rogue agent. Fucking Templar, man.
New regulations, no dancing with
Unauthorized access detected.
Fuck yeah, dude. Blue Lantern. Yeah, you should do what you're doing. I think what you're doing, what you have there isn't bad at all. Like, so the only thing I would potentially change is if you're doing, especially for story, right? But if you're doing like single target fights, you might want to swap your Eldritch Scourge and its passive for Maleficium, whatever, however the fuck you say that, and play, right? But I think what you're doing should be fine for like the story for sure. But like sometimes, even in the story, you'll have like a singular enemy that's instead of packs, like a tougher guy you gotta fight for like a little bit. Those kind of ones where, and usually the way those fights are set up, you generally have time to swap builds beforehand. So it's advisable. It's generally advisable to always have like a sort of a single target focused build and an AoE focused build. You know, sort of like your boss build, and then you're like just normal roaming around the area build. Yeah. All right. So now we go to our running build.
How many sanctions do we have to slap on them before they learn? The occult weapons industry isn't a hot
Once our
dog
cooldowns
stand.
are up.
It must be regulated. Buyers must be screened and registered. You can't just peddle these things out of the back of a van. Obtaining a council edict authorizing the use of force could take days.
Okay.
Red tape and whatnot. But you don't work directly for the council. So, let me put it this way. You're authorized to use your initiative and recover what's ours. Capisci? You can feel it, can't you? The power of it. The sleek design. You know, it takes us a few centuries to develop tech around here, but...
Oh no, I'm missing my Ellie. Oh, I forgot about that. I left it in my bank. Shit.
To get this one right.
That's not great. It means I'm missing Flicker. Concluding components. Are you putting up tank tiles now? Ha! Fuck. I can't believe I forgot that. I can't believe I didn't need it. That's kind of crazy. I'm literally just doing this without an offhand at all. But I've had tank talismans for like, I don't know, like a lot of streams. Mission the burger last time I played, I could not do this mission. Yeah, you gotta learn to not fight everything and make a build to just get past things. Like the whole point of this build, like I left my LA focus in my bank, so I didn't have it to equip, and I didn't notice in time. But the whole point of this build is it's full tank allocation, which you can do as a DPS even, right? Just so you have a bit more health, you can just take hits, and you have like protection stats. Then I have like Living Flame, and Flicker. So Flicker lets you like blink forwards, right, and stun things. I have Evulsion with the passive, so it can yank multiple things. I've got Pandemonium, which is like you jump up in the air and you pull 6 things and knock them down. So the key is you just full tank, you don't fight shit. You run past stuff, you get to the document you're supposed to pick up, and if anything's a little further away, you use Evulsion to pull it to you, and then you use Pandemonium to knock everything down, giving you the 3 seconds you need to cast Use and pick up the paper, and then you just run the fuck away. Then the parts where you have to like hide behind things because like missiles come, you use Flicker to like just jump the gaps so you're not hit by the missiles. And then Teleport Gadget as well, just to like, you know, get you further away from things. And then once you get in here, you can swap your build back to, you know, your normal shit. So, the reason this mission takes so long for a lot of people is they try and fight everything. And that's awful. It's just god-awful and it takes for fucking ever. Old and dumb, what do you want? You're not old. Well, I mean, you're old, probably. I think from when you talked before. I wouldn't say you're dumb. Oh, that was... I'm not sure if I canceled on an ability there. That was close. That was interesting. Let's go.
Benissimo. I'm sending a retrieval team. Yes, yes, fully certified agents. Buon fortuna.
I hate this one. Lots of loot lanterns. Shit. Oh, I got a split spawn somehow. Super annoying. The reason you pop this is just for timing. Basically, by the time the cooldown's up and you can do it again, it'll be on the ground when the next wave shows up. So it'll slow them down and damage them. So as soon as they're dead, you pop Buster again. And you wait for its cooldown and you just pop it again. And then it's ready for when these guys come around the corner. When you kill the helicopters, you hear the helicopters, that's when you know it's the big guys, and you nuke, and then regular. And then, fun fact, once you've done this, before turning this in, you can just go kill the guys in here if you want to. You can just be like, fuck you guys. Fuck you. For being pains in my ass. Get yourself some nice rocket launcher expertise. Which is an actual thing. Just like your weapons have expertise levels. Your rocket launcher does too. It doesn't show anywhere. But when you gain it in here, it'll show. It'll show when you gain it.
Like this, and I could pull some strings, get you a cushy assignment with the council, an office of your own, a sizable salary, an expense account.
Do they fill and then not say anything? A couple of minutes ago. Did just not say they were full? Well, that sounded like they were still in Agartha. Haven't left yet. Dude, I just sent you a tell. Motherfucker does not read his tells. That's right, there's no vendor there because they fell through the floor. What is it? Oh shit.
Special assignment received. Initializing.
Down here. Do not present yourself so eagerly to the enemy's snipers. Yours are the first human eyes to witness Sheol since before time was time.
Yeah, there are tank players here. Alright, I guess I'm going DPS.
The siege must fall before the city does. We
Just
march
take
to meet
this.
them at the
I don't
atomic
need
front. You,
that.
possessing
Thank you.
guile, would be better advised to travel behind the battle lines. Sheol is alive. It builds upon itself, cannibalizes itself. Where it has been wounded, caustic antibodies escape.
The fuck? Dude just stood in the in Caldera? How much you want to bet they've never seen it before? Just never seen that cast. Hello? That was weird.
I believe those foundations, old growth, have escaped the attention of our invaders.
So what happens when people haven't only been run by high level people? You don't see mechanics. Or are able to make it through the door, I guess? What the hell? That's interesting. Does this count? Oh, that counts? No way, dude. I'm hiding there from now on. I've literally never hit there before. Dude, everyone just stands there. Super cool. Easy. Yeah, we got another IP. Let's go. Why did you guys pull both of them? What the fuck? You didn't have to fight the guy on the left. Jesus Christ. This guy's not dead, guys. Dude, everyone ran off like he was dead.
These foundries were
He was just
cast
knocked
off,
down.
but they are turned on
Holy
us.
shit.
Release this molten-skinned
Oh,
forge master.
man. Yeah, pull him already. I'm not going through the barrier. Go. Oh god, is he pulling to the right? I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. This is why you don't fucking pull to the right. This bullshit right here is why you don't pull to the goddamn right. What the fuck? And you overpulled. He's not even in the water. You just need to... Oh my god, dude. Fuck off. You just need to... I'm gonna cry. You're pulling him past the water. Fucking Jesus. And see that, those flames, by the way, they can actually hurt you. If you're in... Well, actually, I don't know if they can on E5. I know later on they can. You literally skipped a water pool. That's super cool. Yeah, fucking this rotation is ass because of this. Look, and now I have to fucking run into this shit. You ran it. I have not played with most of these guys. Well, I've not played with Pony. I don't think. Certainly not with them tanking. Usually I'm tanking because this is a tank character. But I looked at their gear. It looks like they're a tank character as well. Dude, it's so much better if you pull him to the left after first pull. What the fuck, man? It's not typing in group.
I counsel evasion, not just for your sake. Too many profound creatures have already been lost.
You don't need to do anything, you're all dead. Dude, what is wrong with... What the fuck is happening? What did they do? How did they get all the way back there? What the fuck? There's that loot chest. Yeah, and then up here. And then up here. They just not loot. And then they go to the right. Guy, fucking move, dude. What the hell? After this guy goes, we should be good.
The power relay. Our enemy could choose no more strategic nor melodramatic a vantage point.
No, no, just keep going. Come on. There we go. They literally just hit the touch and didn't die to the final boss because they were getting hard carried. Hello? I think someone died to fire there.
Go. We shall meet at the summit, I trust.
Elbow should be interesting.
How very human. Unable to resist an invitation to your own autopsy. Your race doomed itself. I'm simply ushering you over the cusp of insignificance. We bred Hell's army to serve, and serve me they shall.
Iblis! You don't belong here!
Look who's talking.
Enough! It is beyond enough. We end this in ashes or as ashes.
You know, I could bring in
Each time we
extra
force you
impair,
apes
maybe,
back
actually?
down the evolutionary tree, an angel gets its black wings.
Find sanctuary before his power breaks!
Oh my god, why are you running at me with that? You should have run. You were gonna run, you should have run way sooner. Holy shit. I was just staying there.
Back where you belong, ape!
Find sanctuary before his power
Oh, I got lucky there.
Go the way of all weak flesh!
Dude, you don't. You could be running right now. Yay, I'm getting eaten alive. Super awesome. Oh no. Oh, that was so close. I lost one at the end, but that wasn't too bad, all things considered. I thought that cast out, or the shadow was gonna go and explode when we all went center. That's always fun. How does it work? Going to be easier for me to do a build on a little bit of character. I mean, it'll be more effective. Also, certain builds don't work as well lower. Like, for example, as a general rule, you don't have enough crit at low levels for, like, say, dual shot, right? Dual shot's actually not very good when you're low level. Like, unload's actually better. The channeled abilities are, like, crap later on, but are actually better earlier in the game. Because you don't have enough crit. Basically, with abilities like this, like single target consumes 3 instant, right? You're consuming 3 energy instantly, and you will burn through 15 energy like that, right? Whereas the unload casts for 2.5 seconds. Yes, it consumes 5 energy, but it's 2.5 seconds versus 1 second for 3, right? So like in that 2.5 seconds, you would have used I don't know, almost 9 energy versus 5 for 2.5 seconds, and you're slowly regenning energy. At least if it's main hand, you're slowly regenning energy while the channel's happening. Crits also give you energy. When you crit, you get an energy. Which is why you need to be higher level and have higher crit for like this to be better. Because once you have enough crit, then you're earning energy back every time you hit. Right? So it's like, you use 3, you got 1 back. Use 3, you got 1 back. Plus your overtime energy recharge. You have something unlocked, etc. I mean, yeah, it's a lot easier to do builds once you have everything unlocked, that's for sure. But you can also just kind of build towards things, right? I need to go to Kaiden. So like if you know, at least if you know what you want to do, you can get a build really quickly, like very early, and like stick with it. Like I've done speed runs, right? Where like I basically know I know exactly what my build's gonna be from the beginning, and I just build towards those abilities, and then I just go, you know.
Local bounty detected.
You are not
Initiating.
authorized. You are
This
not
one.
authorized.
These like stack together really nicely. You got hardware test, and then you have
You are not authorized.
Special assignment
whatever this
received.
one is,
Initializing.
Judas Mech, and then you have an AOE, like an AOE. You have an area mission here as well. So you like you're doing multiple missions at the same time. This thing literally should be counting. Yeah, it's counting for 2 different missions at once. The kills are. Fucking one-shot that dude.
You are not authorized. You are not authorized.
I need sky drones. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, that one's a cooldown. Shit. Two more right here.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, a cinco.
Welcome to the Jingu clan. It has been too
Okay, we
long
need
since
3 more
Templar and demon
signs.
blades drew demon blood together. Tell me, how is
Do this one,
Richard?
this one, and probably the area, one of the area missions, I guess, right?
Local bounty detected. Initiating. Local bounty detected. Initiating.
Oh, damn it. Huh. And boom goes the dynamite. Dynamite! Do not cadaver next.
Visual tracking initiated.
Nude lanterns. Oh, option. Eyes in the back of your head? What the fuck? Yeah, that one's done. Wait. No way. What? Why was my count off? We'll just do it anyways. We're already on this, right? Might as well. That was weird though. I don't know how it was. Oh, because I did the Spectre one. That's why. I know now. I know what I did. We'll get our key. Alright. So now, need 5 more main missions. Let's just do the origami one while I'm here, I guess.
Welcome to the Jingu clan. It has been too long since Templar and Jingu blades drew demon blood together. Tell me, how is the...
Quick access inventory updated.
Auto run for the win.
Local bounty detected. Initiating.
I think this is the longest run of this part of the mission. Or of the mission is this one. There's a couple other runs, but they aren't as long. This one. This is the second running part. I'm never really sure. I think this is faster. So here to here versus there to there. I think this is technically less distance than... Yeah, it's got to be, right? But it's hard. It doesn't feel... It still feels like a long run, and it's annoying. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is shorter than this. There we go. Alright. So... What the fuck? I didn't know there was a shortcut key to load a build. Or that I would hit that by accident. It's weird. So we'll do Into Darkness, I guess. And then we'll do Rogue Agent.
Hello? Hello? Which button do I press now? This one?
Hello?
Hello? Right, yes. They had the audacity to give me one of these new smartphones. I don't need smart, I need functional.
directions. I'm sorry. Do I look?
So then we go to New York.
Seen anything suspicious?
You're moving up. This must be very exciting for you.
Literally just run here to like go to New York.
Close to the grindstone. You had to be someone. Your family name.
Why she couldn't say that on the phone? No fucking clue.
We have received the coordinates for a meeting between
Did we have a
the
phone call
Illuminati
before and
representatives
after?
and the black market
You have a phone
traders.
call to go
It's in
to
a
her.
car
She tells you
park of all
shit.
places.
Then you come here and you get on a phone
Illuminati
call.
have no sense
You
of
couldn't just do this
style,
all on the
none
phone
at
in the
all.
first place?
The boys in the computer department told me to tell you they are uploading the information to your telephone.
You literally go there and
One
get
couldn't
told to
just
go to
tell
New
you
York.
where to go. It's beyond me. When I was a field
Really stupid.
operative, I kept... There is a security booth somewhere in the vicinity. There might be something of use in there.
Quick access inventory updated.
This reminds
I did
me
not
of a
mean to
mission
roll
I
there.
was sent on during the Great War. Miss
Oh, hey,
Pinswood
Madeline.
and I had to douse all the gaslights and make our way through a bunker in the dark. We combined 2 spells to create a makeshift sonar. Saved us from falling into a bottomless pit and getting eaten by... But that's neither here nor there. Chop chop! Now's the perfect opportunity to get your hands on the contraband merchandise. Goodness me. It appears this place has been infected with the filth. Dispatch those things. Put them down. They are long past human. You really need to get to the rendezvous point post-haste. But keep an eye on the shadows. I fear there may be worse things down
Yeah,
there.
man, but I can do like an inspect on you after I get out of here.
Quick access inventory updated.
Well, it appears you have arrived too late. The black market goods are gone and our Illuminati agent with it.
The fuck?
What are you waiting for? I didn't say you should abandon all hope. You might still catch them before they leave the car park.
And flashbang. Got 'em.
Now, this is interesting. The boys with their computers are running some sort of facial recognition program on the body, but I don't need them to tell me that this fellow isn't Illuminati. He is Phoenician. So, the Phoenicians are involved. This complicates matters. I'll have to discuss this with the Force Marshal.
Yo, let's go.
You ought to before you're swamped.
We're officially
by more
all
infected
max
humans.
35
There's
down.
nothing more to be accomplished for now.
We'll have our first legendary talisman before we know it. The fact that you have to then return to New York and then return to London again. Oh my god. Infuriating.
I suppose you look like the best of the new batch.
Nice work out there. We have nothing more for you right now. I'll give you a ring the next time we require your services. Go on, I'm not the mothering type.
So annoying. Alright, Ma. You still around here somewhere? You probably want either a generalist belt or a blood belt. Generalist belt will just work with any weapon. Or you could grab a blood belt if you're trying to main blood. Beyond that, like your signets, you have to swap out your your head's fine because it's a Paragon, which is like the generic. But your neck one is for hammer. So you'd probably want to swap that. Also, unless you're tanking, you don't need you shouldn't be running an elusive glyph. And I'm gonna say, wait, you're throwing 2 elusive glyphs. What? Yeah, no, that's not good. And you generally want to keep the glyphs the same in your weapons. Like, if eventually you want, like, eventually down the line you want 2 hit glyphs, but you can start with 1 hit glyph and just make it like a good one. Like, you know, make it, like, prioritize it. But it should be, like, hit, and then if you want to do, you can do crit in your weapons or crit power, either one. But for example, if you want to do, you could do like hit here and then crit, 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 crit power, crit power, crit, crit. Right? Like you only want 2 crit power. You only want 2 devastating glyphs. But you want them both active at the same time. Right? Whereas the offhand's only active when the offhand weapon is active. So like this intricate devastating glyph is not doing much work for you. I would rip it out of this shotgun and put it like in your neck that's missing a glyph. Because it's only ever working when the shotgun is going off. And it's like, it's purple and it's intricate. It's one of your higher glyphs and it's just sitting in your shotgun like 9% of the time doing nothing. Because you can extract them. Yeah, so you would just go like here, right? I can say don't hit destroy. You can say recover. Now the recover cost goes up the higher level the item is. So this is a max mythic and it would only cost me 2k to recover it. It'd probably cost you like, I don't know, maybe 1k to remove a purple, maybe less. It'll tell you right there though. It'll recover a little glyph symbol. And that'll like pull it back out. And then you can fuse it. I would put that in your neck. Ideally, you want to get rid of the elusive glyphs. And replace them with probably crit. Now you could run a second hit glyph like right now. So the other way to do it is run 1 hit glyph in your talismans and 1 hit glyph in your weapons. So you could do like hit, 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 crit, crit. Crit power, crit power, crit, 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 crit. But that's not really necessary to like way later. Like way later. You don't need a second hit glyph until like crazy later. But like just for, I don't know, if you wanted to do it that way because hit glyphs are generally cheaper than other things, you could do hit glyphs in your weapons and a hit glyph in your head and then 4 crit and 2 crit power. The thing about that, though, is, like, you want to prioritize the hit that's staying in your gear so that you don't glance, right? Because, like, not glancing is way more important than critting. If you don't hit, you're not going to crit. So you really want to up your, where to go? Your accurate glyph. So you don't glance. Oh, you're still working on your neck piece. Yeah, you should be able to just put that glyph in the neck that you're using. Fuse it in there. And then at least you'll have that crit power. So you have 2 fierce right now. An accurate. Yeah, see, the elusives are messing you up. You have 2 tank glyphs. Oh yeah, this is your other devastating. Yeah, so if you have devastating and devastating, that also the hit doesn't have to be in your head. I just like to put it there. It could be like, you know, here or elsewhere. So you'll have 2 crit power, which is good, and you have 2 crit. So you want to, these elusives need to be replaced with crits. Yeah, so to refuse it, you would go fusion and then put the thing you extracted in and then just hit fuse. But when you extracted it, it should have put it in your inventory. The only way you would lose it is if you hit the destroy button. But I think it actually prompts you anyways for that. I'm pretty sure. Here, look, we'll test. We'll fuse this in here. And we'll say destroy. Are you sure you want to destroy? No. Actually, yes. I don't want that anymore. I don't want them to pay 300 marks to get it back out. And I don't need it. I'm just going to destroy it. Anyways. It'll prompt you before you destroy. So you can always pull things. It costs you a little bit to to do the recover option and pull them out, but you can always pull them out and put them in something. Yeah, okay, see that's... So now at least your crit power is good. And you have 2 crits in here. And you have a crit in here. So I would say at this point, what you would need to do, if you want to keep crit in your weapon, like you have in your hammer, that's fine. I would say put another hit glyph in place of one of the elusives, and then a crit glyph in place of the other elusive. But you don't run elusives unless you're tanking. You don't get really any benefit from it. You would need to be allocated to the tank anyways. I mean, it's not like you get nothing, but also elusive is like an odd thing. It's an odd thing even as a tank, and as a tank you have abilities that like help boost it or trigger off of evading. I think chaos is a big one, right? Yeah, evading attacks, you know, like you have things that build off of the evade. Evade by itself is, for DPS, is like, should have the hammer and shotgun for blood and pistol. Yeah, so I would say if you're going pistol offhand, you probably don't want the high roller's chain. Now, if you want to go main pistol, like offhand blood or something, then it would be fine. But I would assume you either want the blood belt or you want the generalist belt. There's a luminous one out there right now, because that's just a generic, works with, like, it's a generic belt for any weapon. It's not weapon specific. And I don't fucking remember what the blood one is off the top of my head right now. I think I was actually selling one not that long ago. I think it's sold already though. It's not, or this one is not brawler. That's the Sap Vitality one. That's cool. Is it Pentacle? Yeah, it's Pentacle Wrap, I think. Yeah, it's Pentacle Wrap. There's one out there. There's one out there for almost 10, for like 10k basically. It reduces the amount of self-damage that you deal yourself by 10%. In addition, once you have lost 10% of your health due to corruption, your next damaging blood... So, it's either way, damage or heal, but let's just assume damage. So once you've... It decreases the damage you deal to yourself with your blood stuff, and then once you've lost 10% of your health due to that damage, you deal extra damage. So like if you're doing blood main, you would want the blood belt, ideally. And then, like I said, the only other thing is your... I don't think you already pulled it out. Did you already pull it out? The hammer signet? Maybe you did. Because you'd want the other signet. Or what is it called? Neophyte, I think? It's not out there right now. I think I have it in mind, actually. No, Journeyman. Sorry, it's Journeyman. That's what I was thinking of. Neophyte's the basic. Journeyman. Journeyman is the... increases damage and healing of all power abilities by X. So it's not tied to a weapon. It's just it's the generic version. You bought the belt? Nice. Alright, I need to finish some shit before it gets too late. Plus, the reset's like in an hour, and I was planning to be to bed already, but I want to finish. I need to do 3 more main missions. To finish my dailies. Yo, what? The fuck was that? I just like ran into an invisible wall somehow. I couldn't go forwards. That was weird.
I'm looking for new demons for the Crucible. Someone broke.
Can I help? Stand up straight. Is this what you wear out there?
Honestly, building like builds for the Secret World, because usually you need like the story, like story zones doesn't matter that much. You can beat the story zones in anything. I've beaten them in literally anything and everything and nothing, basically.
We have received some additional intelligence about
like,
the rogue element. He's brazenly...
You genuinely can play the game and fucking...
He's heading into Agartha with the relic. If he manages to escape, it would be an utter disaster. We have an additional complication.
Make the weirdest
enough noise over the ether to alert everyone else to what's going on. You are no longer the only one in pursuit.
Fine.
It is imperative that
yeah, well, the IP man technically had 0 IP. He only had 1 IP because you can't get out of the tutorial without gaining 1 IP. It's like, it's not possible. Because it makes you like fuse and then equip, so you can't, and that gives you that 1 IP. But I actually had 0 IP like the whole playthrough. So yeah, like I don't know, like you, but even that, like I was grinding capstone and passives to make that work. But even without doing that, like the offhand only playthrough, right? Like that's awful. That is just horrible. You should never do that, and it's totally possible to beat the game that way without doing anything super crazy. So like. But what I was gonna say is like once you get into like content that requires like making a build, there is like this certain part usually like either you're just copying a bunch of builds that you find, which is completely fine by the way, like to do that, like that's how I started.
Hello, can you hear me?
But at a certain point, like certain things just start to make sense. Like even if I haven't played like a certain weapon a lot, like there's just
somewhere outside the charted regions. Agartha is vast.
So for example, I've only made like 2 or 3 since the rebalance, but prior to the rebalance, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
No gentleman's rules,
fucking goddamn shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Holy shit, she wouldn't shut up. Anyways, so what I was trying to say is like when you're making builds for like say scenario or OD or Dark Agartha or dungeon or raid, like you get a at a certain point things start to make sense, and like before the rebalance I did like a E17 Dark Agartha with every weapon in the game. Like I made a video for each one. And many of them I don't play a lot or hardly ever. And a lot of them I only had, even though it was E17, I only had like a purple blood book or something, or like, you know, a really low level weapon. I had none of the signets for that shit, right? And none of my signets were general either. I had like pistol signets for every fucking build. So like I was doing a lot less DPS than you would normally be doing end game Dark Agartha content with that weapon. And I was still able to beat it with those weapons. And those builds was just me coming up with a build for Dark Agartha, because you kind of get an idea of like, okay, I need a single target, I need an elite, I need an impair, I need some kind of self-heal, I need a cleanse. Like, it's like building a magic deck, you know? Like, and the same thing with like dungeon, or sometimes you have special builds for certain dungeon fights, and it's, you just get an idea of, no matter the weapon, like you need certain categories covered, right? Like, and there's certain things that make more sense for an offhand to do. Like you don't offhand generates energy slower, so you don't just like, you don't want an ability you spam a lot for your offhand. You want something more impactful usually, or a utility on your offhand. So like, your main hand is your main damage, and maybe your offhand weapon brings like cleanse or an impair or something, right? Like, I don't know. It starts to make sense, I think, at a certain point. Where like you're like, oh, okay, I can just no matter what it is, all the stuff works. All builds work kind of similar in a certain kind of way. Trying to get this Age of Conan picture down. There we go. And just write it down. Oh, yeah. I was just rambling, honestly. Unless you're talking about the signet stuff, in which case I can write that stuff down, I suppose. But yeah, just like general theory crafting for a build. A lot of it, like, just will start to make sense after a little bit of time. Certain content just needs certain, like, areas covered. Oh yeah, I got mad goldfish memory too. So like, basically I was just saying, like, you either can get like a blood signet or you can get the generic ones. The generic signets are, I think you already have the head one that's generic. Hey, Rincewind. You already have Ascendant. That's a generic, like, non-weapon specific signet. And then Neophyte and Journeyman are the other, like, non-weapon specific damage signets.
Anything capable of doing this to one of the custodians of Agartha will be deadly to you. Permanently so. Exercise caution. You are our only agent on site, and we wouldn't want you to end up nullified.
Nullified. Neophyte and Journeyman. Those are the other generic signets. So if you think you're gonna be swapping weapons a bunch, or you might want to, like, it's a good idea to use the generic ones. That way you don't have to level up different sets. Especially early on. Early on, you either want to be really sure of what you're doing, or get the generic shit for as much as possible.
Where in blazes are you? We're...
Because otherwise you're going to kind of flounder
right,
around a bit, like
yes,
IP-wise.
That would be Shambhala you're looking at. It's not entirely unknown to us, but it's been off limits for a while now. Venice rules after several unfortunate incidents. It's a place of great power, still under investigation. We've been pushing for the Council to open it up to the secret war. We are concerned that our rogue element is bringing the relic home, potentially amplifying its effects. Something to do with resonant quantum harmonics.
Yeah, your talismans are pretty, like, they're just the good DPS ones. I think you're good there.
But I trust our code sorcerers. They are gravely concerned. Extreme prejudice is required. The target must be eliminated.
That's not super great. I knew it was gonna be this one. I was like, all the shit's around it, it's gonna be this one. No, he had 1% health left. You fucker. I almost got him on just those statues. I have to do one more statue now. Here we go.
Good work. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's never a pleasant business dealing with one of our own, but he brought it upon himself, I'm afraid. His
Right, so
name
now we
will
can
be
start leveling
stricken
this
from our
guy.
records. His family will only know that he was lost in the service of his society. They are old school Templars. They wouldn't be able to live with the shame. It's time to come home. Bring our lost treasure back to its shielded chest. Make no stops along the way. You're carrying what amounts to an atom bomb.
Okay. There's only 2 main missions. You can't turn while that's open, apparently. I can do my other 2 in Squirt Desert, I think.
Oh, for pity's sake, tuck your shirt in.
I'm warming to you. You carried yourself with grace and dignity, and a certain
Farm APSP.
flair, I suppose. Miss Plimswood would approve.
So there's mission like routes you can run. There's actually some on my website, or the really good way to do it is find someone higher level than you to take you through occult defense. Because occult defense is the only thing in the game that doesn't prevent you from going higher. So, like, you could only queue for your IP level for dungeons, right? And for raid. And for Seek and Preserve, I can only do up to what my IP is. But occult defense, you can go as high as you have completed. So you can start, you know, wherever you're, whatever wave. It can be, you start at wave 1, right? But if you go with someone that's like E17, they can carry your ass all the way to 33, and then you can always go in 33. And if you can do a wave 33 with someone, you will just fucking generate SPAP like crazy. Like, you'll... you can get like 40... You can get like 40 SPAP, especially if there's like commanders in the wave. Like, there's just so many ads, there's so many mobs in that 3.5 minutes that, like, your APSP just goes like crazy. So ideally, find someone to do OD with. A lot of times people just want... It's boring by themselves, and they just want someone to do it with, so... you can ask around, see if anyone wants to help. A lot of high-level players are just bored. They're, like, working on their 5th set of equipment or whatever. they're leveling glyphs and shit, and that, you know, they would just be happy for the company.
Hello?
But aside from that, if like solo stuff to do would just be run like side missions and stuff for, you know, just run missions and side missions. Is the other way to do it. And I think I have a command for that. Let me check. I thought I did before, but I don't know. Oh, I have an old one, but it's not the right address anymore. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, so let's some route guides. One of my Cabal members back in the day did. Dude, stop. Stop. Block me, dude. Come on. Why is it doing that? Motherfucker, man. Fuck up there. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard this time. That's crazy. I'm getting that like first try lately. Tonight I wanted to be a pain in the ass.
Special assignment received. Initializing.
Gorge Desert especially, that the side missions and missions are so intertwined. You can do so much shit at once here. It's ridiculous. Like the amount of overlap missions in this zone have. Like there's other routes you can do elsewhere, like other zones, but like Scorched Desert to me is just like fucking crazy efficient. I still need like kill 30 ads. Holy shit. What am here? Just try to sleep. Said bookmark. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I know it's 2:20 for me. I should have been to bed a while ago. Actually, just need monster kills and I'm done. I'm gonna be ending the stream here shortly. Yeah, I'll work in the morning. There we go. We did our challenges. Let's go. Farm up APS I need and get the skills and passive for blowing pistol and go from there. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Oh, also, you want expertise for those weapons too, right? So like this up here, expertise level. So you're gonna want to, because that gives you crit and crit power. Having the expertise level to 50. Now what you can do for weapons that you're going to use that you don't have ready yet is you can do missions with, like, say your hammer equipped, for example, that you have now, and then before you turn them in, but like before you hit the submit report button, just equip like a green blood or a green pistol. Like just equip any version of one of those weapons like on you. Like for example, I could like just equip a green pistol and then turn in a mission, and that XP will count towards that weapon's expertise level. So you don't have to run the mission with it, though you can if you think they're leveled enough. You can also just farm missions with your current stuff that's leveled, and then like get like mission reports can stack up to 8. You can stack up to 8 mission reports and then swap weapons in and hit submit. Both are just main. I believe it's for both. So like you could when you're ready to do it, you could put in blood and pistol and then submit. It's a good way to farm that expertise up without having to use, you know what I mean? Like, because your hammer's already mythic. You're gonna blow, like, say the Sword Scissor route, you're gonna blow through that with the hammer. It might take you longer if you're like, you know, have like a green blood book or blue blood book or something, right? Like, it's gonna take you longer to do the mission. Better just burn through them, and then before you turn them in, equip the weapons you want to level expertise on. Yeah, no worries. I'm still here. Kind of blood book and pistol. So, fuck, what is it? Is it, what is the weapon called? Hold on. Maybe there's one out there. I think Eldritch Tome is decent. Yeah, I think Eldritch Tome is pretty good for DPS. I don't remember. Actually, Profane Folio doesn't seem that bad. I think the generic one I remember using a lot is Eldritch Tome, honestly. Your Reap, Desecrate, Runic Hex, and Scourge generate 4 more corruption. Your magic damage over time effects deal 75% more damage. I mean, even the Grimoires isn't bad. Actually, honestly, I like the Profane Folio. That looks really good. Of course, I mean, you'd have to get your corruption level to 100 for that to work, but your next 3 power abilities do 30% more damage and don't deal you corruption damage. That seems pretty fucking legit. Just as far as, like... Because the problem with Eldritch Tome... I mean, it's really going to be Reap. I guess. I don't know. Eldritch Tome is still really strong. Oh, also the suffixes. I mean, the Havoc's fine. Destruction is best in slot for DPS, but it's not that much of a difference. You know, I know pistol main hand. What you want? Pistol main hand is Sovtech. Pistol offhand? I don't know. Maybe like the third age ones, well, those are fucking expensive as hell. Just because it's like generic, like 1/3 chance to do a shit ton more damage. Because your offhand isn't gonna like. So I don't think Sovtechs are great for offhand because they interact with the pistol belt, which you won't be using because you usually don't run the belt for your offhand weapon. So I would think, I mean, again, these are kind of fucking pricey as shit, but I think the third age one's actually pretty decent for offhand. You mean restoration? Generally, for your offhand, you either want, for offhand, you usually either want alacrity for movement or, fuck, what is the suffix that reduces the, hold on. Efficiency. 50% chance to reduce the remaining cooldown time on your elite ability. So usually you either, for your offhand, I mean, I guess there are differences. There are other ones where you would want something different, but generally speaking, it's alacrity or efficiency, so your elite is just available more often. But you have the third age alacrity. Oh, are you looking at the? Are you actually looking at buying the pistols? Hold on, let me see. Imperceptible for DPS CD elites. I don't know about that. I mean, I think alacrity is fairly imperceptible as well. But yeah. If you could grab the alacrity of third age, I think that's probably pretty decent for offhand. Like, it's not, like, alacrity is like, I feel like the offhand suffix is a nice to have, but also rarely noticed. Unless you're, like, super paying close attention to what you're doing and when you're doing it, and you're like, oh, I need to run away, I'm gonna activate my offhand weapon while I run away, and you're not just accidentally activating it while you're running away, like, I don't know how often it really gets the value it should. The value you would want, or I should say the value you would want it to have. But it doesn't mean it's not objectively like a good suffix. I'm just saying, like, Structure Havoc for offhand? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it probably for DPS probably. I think it might depend on what the offhand weapon is used for. Maybe. Like, there is a possibility that, like, depending on the weird build, that, like, you want a certain suffix because it helps to amplify whatever that weird interaction is. For Fist of Ferocity, it literally does not matter. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's the other thing is, like, oftentimes it just, like, oftentimes your offhand is like, well, it's like fucking, okay, I know this isn't DPS, but like the Dark Mysteries for offhand for tanking, like, the suffix matters so fuck all little. Like, half the time you don't, like, you're activating that thing for like a split second. Like, you're running it for the passives and for really the Aegis parallelism. Yeah, exactly. Most time doesn't even matter if it's leveled. I mean, it matters in like an IP fashion because you want the IP from it, well, at least when you're leveling up still. But yeah, like if you were swapping to tanking later, you don't even have to hardly level it. Like you just want it for the stats and the actual fact that having it slotted lets you take advantage of the Ages of Parallelism. Like that's really it. I think if you're doing like the fuck is the what are the Orochi want to get renamed to? No, it's not even out there. Thermal capacitor? That's probably like Destruction or Havoc. Honestly, Frozen Figurine is probably the same. But it used to be Inverter. It's not Inverter anymore. I think it's the Thermal capacitor. I think that they renamed it after the rebalance. But yeah, I think the Ellie voltaic shunt capacitor. Well, unless you're actually running a Frozen Figurine build. Like that's a specific. But that is specific as well because then you're not running like the main hands elite. That's like a whole different animal. But even for that, I think you run probably Destruction or Havoc. But also, like, I remember, like, I actually saw Molov this weekend. I haven't seen him online in a long time. But I remember talking with Molov, and it's like, even with, like, Destruction, Energy, and Havoc, like, yes, one's, like, better than the other, right? Like mathematically, like, Destruction is best. But, like, talking about, like, perceptible versus imperceptible, like, the difference between those three suffixes in, like, normal play is gonna be very little. Offensive does not matter. Yeah, for the most part, it doesn't. I mean, I guess it's still probably good to have like an idea of what you want to go to. Min-maxing scenarios. I don't know. I remember doing like OD. I think I was doing 33s with like fucking. I got bored and was just doing like whatever random weapon combo I would throw together and then try and just get through that one wave. Just doing single waves, like you can kind of do whatever. Like I think streaks would require more, like a better builds. But I was doing really dumb shit, and it was like still working. I was still getting through the scenario. So, anyways. Oh, it is 2:30 for me. I need to go to bed. I think we gained an IP. Ooh, more than one. Hold on, let me look. What did I remember what I started with. Oh, shit. We started at 961, so we gained 3 IP tonight just doing, like, regular shit. That's not bad. You promised Stray Coco you'll raid him? Well, that was silly. Oh, they're streaming Legends? Then yeah, I probably will. I usually look for that first anyways. That's like my go-to, is when I look to raid, I look to see if someone's streaming Legends. Yeah, we'll go ahead and rate them. You're here to make sure. Okay. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.